The good eco news? Our young people won't take no for an answer. Los Angeles high schoolers flocked to City Hall on Friday to see their 16-year-old climate hero, Greta Thunberg, whose weekly school strikes outside the Swedish parliament have ignited a global movement of young people frustrated at adults who are not doing enough to tackle the climate crisis. The backdrop of fires raging around LA could not have been a more visceral reminder of what's already happening. California's new normal. Climate change is driving the most horrific back-to-back wildfire seasons in the Golden State. Greta visited survivors of last year's Camp Fire.
Earlier this week, I visited Paradise in California, and I met with survivors who showed me around the devastation. Street after street with no houses left. I heard heartbreaking stories. 18,000 buildings were destroyed, and at least 86 people died. Today in California, we can see the wildfires happening just around the corner. Wildfires that are being intensified by the climate crisis.
Friday was Greta's 63rd school strike. She and California's young climate leaders, plus the thousands of young and older people who joined them, marched to Governor Gavin Newsom's office to demand that he stop oil drilling and refining in California, including all the drilling that's happening in Los Angeles, the biggest urban oil field in the US. Yes, you heard me correctly, the biggest urban oil field in the US. These young people really have a point. It's hard to wrap one's head around progressive California busy leading the country and the world in lowering emissions by pushing renewable energy and decarbonizing the electric grid. But at the same time, California is the 5th biggest drilling state in the US. This fact is as hard to comprehend as people denying the science of our rapidly changing world.
The scientists have been repeating the same message over and over and over again. And yet, they are still not being listened to. It is the year 2019. Why is the world still ignoring the science and those most affected by this crisis? Why are the people in power still pretending that everything is fine, and as if we could just continue to live like now, as if there was no tomorrow? Well, there is a tomorrow. It is the tomorrow where we, young people, will live. And we need to fight for that tomorrow, and we need to protect it as if our lives depended on it, because it does.
Is Greta kind of what you expected she'd be?
Yeah, far better. Everything and more. I totally cried. She was amazing. Yeah.
She's quite powerful for a little person.
Yeah. I respect it. She's so strong.
Are you guys going to do more, do you think, as far as activism against the climate?
Definitely. Yeah.
What are you doing with your parents? Are you pushing them?
Definitely.
Yeah, both my parents are very environmental, so they push me, I think, more than I push them. But I still push back. I choose what I want to do, and I make decisions for our family. Like, we're not eating meat anymore, so that was all me.
Oh, nicely done. Yeah, I know your parents, they're a bit hardcore, but I like that you made them more hardcore.
It can't just be one person, it can't just be Greta, it has to be all of us working together, the indigenous community, people of color, everyone.
I think her last statement said it all. Like, if they can't hear us, we're going to make noise. I think that says everything.